Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is April 21st, and Michelle, Leigh, and I are here to do some live messages and readings. If you're here live, let us know. I would love to see that you're here with us. And hi, Michelle. Welcome.
Hello, how are you? I'm so happy to be here.
I think Michelle and I were talking last week, or especially like this year. It's been a little bit, would you say overwhelming is a good word for that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a little overwhelming energetically. So I felt like this would be really nice for everybody to get more clarity. And Michelle has a special going on this month for her 1 hour readings and 90-minute readings.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know a little bit later on how to book with a special discount if you'd like to get a reading with Michelle. But today we're going to be doing some messages. We're going to see where we feel drawn. So as we wait for more people to come on live with us, and I won't tell you the instructions just yet on how to put your hat in the ring to get a message here today. I think it would be really helpful, Michelle, if you and I would pull some cards or get some messages just for everybody, like as a community. So let's set the intention of whoever is watching this video either right now or in the future, if they're watching the replay, like what message they need to know. And I'm going to leave it open-ended. So I'm not even going to ask a specific question. It's just that. So I'm going to pull some cards. And Michelle, feel free to do the same, or just any messages, however you want to do it. I just am asking my spirit guides, what does our community need to know whenever they watch this video? Okay, I'm going to go first. So I've got my cards. So the first card I've got here is the card of the higher self, and this is your life purpose is calling. This is actually a card that came up quite a bit last week when Chandra and I went live. So this is still very true. One of the things is just knowing it's really important to call upon the higher version of you. That higher version of you knows all the things, like it knows where you need to go. This is an element that's going to be really important. And even if you feel like you don't have all the answers, your higher self does. Like your higher self knows why you're here. And you might be wondering, like, if you have a purpose. Yes, you do. Follow your heart. And I also am getting with this message here is like really lean more into your spiritual practice, do some meditation, allow yourself to just feel like you're in that place where you can really lean on spirit more. And that's going to be important. Now, this next card I've got is your learning lessons. So this is another theme that came last week too, but it still holds true. This is really remember to rest, because you're learning a lot of lessons right now. You're learning lessons on a global scale, but you're also learning lessons on a smaller scale, like personal to you and your life as well. And when this card comes up, see everything as what can I get from this? What can I receive from this? Even if you feel like, it's all hit the fan, just how can I really take positivity from this situation and lean into it and understand there's something positive here for me to integrate. And remember to rest, because when you're going through a lot, like you gotta integrate it, and rest is the key. And then remember to play. We can get so serious in this overwhelming time. So remember not to take yourself too seriously. We come into this life for lessons, for learning, for growth, but also for joy and for fun. And that's going to be an important component. And when you allow yourself to play, you can ground in the joy of why you're here. And I think that really circles back around to life purpose. Sometimes we're thinking, what am I supposed to do? And sometimes the answer is, I just need to play, and I just need to be, and I just need to let go. So those are the messages that I have. And what about you, Michelle?
So when you were starting your messages, daffodils came in for me. And it's coming back to me from I was this morning as about hope. And you talked at the beginning, there's a lot of energy right now, but the hope is what's going to carry us. So it feels like it's been a tough season. It's been a tough winter for a lot of us and a tough season, and that hope is going to carry us. That's really very important. So that kind of came in, and that's what daffodils, especially in my season here in the north, them coming through at the 28 degrees and just cold, and they're just still popping through with that hope. So I pulled some cards, and starting off with my equine friends, and it's perspectives number 4, and all of the flowers in there. And I think this is really important of looking at things from all different perspectives, and you might not be able to see it, but he's kind of in a doorway. And when we're at that doorway of different decisions, different happenings of our life, having a really clear and different perspective and getting out of our own head for that, and dropping in, like you said, with the heart, dropping into our heart to get the true perspective of our inner guidance. I think that's important. Oh, the other one I got for us is our personal power and the solar plexus, number 13. Number 13? Yeah, number 13 equaling 4 again. I think this is also really claiming our own personal power with those perspectives of what is best for us, where is it coming from in our internal space versus everyone else's opinion or perspective or different things like that. Let's step back in and claim our own personal power when we're looking at that. And number 2, spider, balance your manifesting. This one really resonates for me personally too, and the collective. What I love about the spider is, as we're looking at the perspectives, claiming our personal power and stepping into it, we are weaving the web of our life and what we want to curate, how we want to curate it. And what I just feel like here is being really intentional. I'm getting be really intentional with this. Cut out the noise, cut out any of the BS, and just get intentional for what is best for you and your personal power. And that's what I've got for us.
Nice. Thank you, Michelle, for that. I love the animal friends coming in there in your decks. That's nice. All right. So we're going to get into some individual readings today, or some messages. And so Michelle loves to connect in with chakras. So you might just get some messages from a chakra in your energy and what's coming through. And or some spirit messages for oracle cards. So we just kind of leave it open to spirit and let it flow. And I'll be sharing some messages as well. So if you are open and give us permission to choose you, and we'll go where we feel guided, please drop either a heart, any kind of emoji heart, or if you don't have your emoji keyboard in front of you, just put yes in the comments. And that gives us this, oh, you're giving us permission to tune into your energy. So I am going to go ahead and see where we're drawn. So the first person where we're going here today is Natasha 8449. So Natasha 8449. Michelle, I'm going to ask if you will tune in and however you feel inspired and give a message, please.
Yeah, of course. So Natasha. I want to just kind of ground in and root in here. And that's where I feel like it's coming through for you. And I noticed in your message there was the 4s, and now I'm not the biggest numerology person, but the 4 is coming up again, and that's coming up for me there too. But grounding and rooting in feels really important for you. But the breath is coming in. It's like, I feel like we're just kind of shortness in that breath. And I think if we ground in, we sit down, we breathe into it, and really come back into the body, I think you're going to be able to get some more of that clarity and kind of understand your messages and really what you're trying to discern, and discernment's coming in there for you too. And that can't come when you're moving all over the place. So it's like, just sit down, breathe deep into it, kind of tuck your rump under and just sit down and kind of just connect in. And you're getting, I pulled from the fairies, the dance of the fire. So we've got a lot of fire energy here. Do not fear your inner flame, awaken your passion. But I think in order to really get into your passion, you got to sink down, ground in, and root in, and claim that fire.
Nice. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Natasha, for letting us connect in there. Just as a reminder for anybody that's just joined, if you would like a message, and we're not going to be able to get to everybody, but we have one, if you want a message, it'll show us that you're giving permission. If you drop an emoji heart specifically, or you say yes in the comments. And even if you don't get a message today, we've set the intention that you can listen to this at any time in the future, and there will be a message there for you. So wherever you land, whatever timestamp you're on, there will be a message there for you. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Karina here. So Karina, hello. I hope you're well. And one fell out for you. Okay. So this is the celebration card, and it's just celebrate that your manifestation is already here. Just, it is. And the way that we do that is know that we're calling it in, right? And even if you haven't seen it physically yet, feel it in your heart, feel it in your spirit, know that it's there, and just celebrate and feel that, I would say, appreciation, that gratitude, that, oh, I'm so excited for this. This is amazing. I'm so happy it's here. It's arrived. And this is a really good card, but it's like, celebrate it. Feels like you could write it on a piece of paper, put it off to the side. It's done. Like, it's done and complete. You know, there's nothing else that I have to worry about. It's here. And of course, thank Spirit for all the work that they've been doing on this as well. And Michelle, do you have a card or a message for Karina as well?
I would say, when you were saying that, there's an I declare. So we want some real strength and confirmation. Oh, and I'm getting in the heart flutters. Whew. Celebrate it, but believe it at the same time. Trust and believe it. It feels like that's really important, because we get really excited in the heart, then that doubt, a little bit of doubt creeps in. Just trust, lean into it, and believe it, because it is yours.
Yeah, a lot of heart energy with both of these messages here. So
yeah,
thank you. I'm gonna move to our next person, and I've got Kristen Tranquil Spirit. I love the sound of that. Let's both pull a card, or maybe you just want to share a message, whatever, however you want to do it, Michelle.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I got full body chills. Full body. And we have 32 meditation. And this one for Kristen, this explains the full body chills, as we see, like, the card has all of the swirls all around it, and right here in the heart center. But your power, just, it's all flowing around you, through you, all around. And just stepping through, what just came in is stepping through the veil. That stepping through the veil and the illusions, and just kind of breaking through all that. And I'm just getting more full body chills on it. It's like just stepping through it. And I just saw an image of, like, you know, when you paint and you do a doorway and you block everything off. I just saw this image of just taking it and just tearing it down and stepping right through. So, like, that veil is not an illusion. You can literally picture it, take it, strip it down, and walk right through it. You got this.
I pulled 2 cards, and they go together because they're both elements. And so I've got the water card and the fire card. And the water card is referencing like letting things go more. And it feels like there's some things that need to be let go of. And the fire is really representative of burning away anything that no longer serves you and kind of transmutation. It really is interesting because it goes really similar with the image that you saw in Michelle's card, where you're kind of in the middle of what looks like a flame, like this, beautiful violet flame. And I feel like taking this element into meditation with you, imagine that you're inside a violet flame, allow for it to move all through your body, burn away anything that no longer serves you, and just let it go. And you can even in the meditation with imagining that water starts to flow over you and calm everything down, and that healing energy, and just letting and washing away any of the remaining ashes that need to be washed away. So that's the most important thing that they're wanting to make sure you're doing, because it feels like your energy can be more pristine. And I would say when you're doing spiritual work can feel stronger for you. So thank you for letting us connect into your energy. Let's see where we're going next. We've got Venus-Pisces. So, Michelle, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Sure.
I want to share a message.
Yeah. Let's see. I was drawn back to my equine friends for this one. This one's really beautiful. Simply enough at an angel number. And what this is representing to me is bringing nurturing and compassion to yourself. While there's a child here, I do see that as inner child work would be very beneficial, but more so than that, what if that's representing is just the nurturing, the compassion. And the one thing about our equine friends is they're prey animals. So only when they feel safe can they feel that they can have that nurturing, that compassion, that receiving it. And so find a way for yourself to really have a safe space so you can receive that nurturing, that compassion. And it starts with giving yourself that nurturing and compassion first, and really recognizing that you are simply enough, your actions are simply enough, and coming to nurture that enoughness and that space. And what I'm also hearing is be very mindful of the chatter and how you talk to yourself. And even in jokes, sometimes we think jokes are just jokes, but give yourself some compassion and care, and you might find that those jokes of how you speak to yourself will fall away and more positive will come in.
That's really nice. So I pulled a card for you as well, and I've got the fire energy, which I had just pulled for somebody else. So you're starting to see there's some themes that are happening. This is really indulge in your passion. And I loved that Michelle was saying compassion. So it's kind of like two different, but also similar in a way. But this is part of your nurturing, like indulge in what you are really loving and what you really feel excited about. And that is nurturing yourself as well. Like really lean more into that. It feels like you haven't leaned into it enough, or you haven't allowed yourself to play, or you haven't allowed yourself that space to just really explore more of passion and what lights your fire. And they're talking about rediscover it, kind of like through a child's eyes. When you see the world, like, ooh, I want to learn more about this. I want to learn more about this. That kind of place to really find what is sparking inside your heart more and more. And so those are the messages I have. And thank you for letting me connect in to your energy. Okay, let's see where else that we're going here. I've got Gary Garbarino. Michelle, I'm going to toss it over to you.
Yeah. Let's see. Gary. Ooh, choice. The decision is yours. But also what's coming in with the choice is throat chakra a little bit. I'm getting a little tight in the throat here as I say choice. It feels like, and I just got fluffy chills again. It feels like your choice might be unpopular amongst those that choice might affect. And it's really time to make your choice from speaking your truth and honoring your truth and connecting into your truth. And it says it's decision time. The choice is yours. And I think the most pivotal point on this card is the choice is yours. Speak your truth, honor your truth, and know your truth, and let it be yours and not everyone else's. And that's where the throat chakra is coming into, I hear and speak and know and love my truth, and communicate with yourself first before you communicate your choice to others. They're not going to understand it. They're frankly might not like it, but that's not for them to like or dislike. It is just for them to have to process or not. But the choice is yours. And my hope is you choose what is best for you, because your throat chakra is asking you to.
Mm. Interesting how our throat is communicating, right? Our throat area communicates with us all the time. Okay, so before I forget, so Michelle is having a special discount this month if you book a reading with her. So you don't have to have the reading in April. In fact, Michelle's schedule is pretty tight in April. So you can still schedule a session with her in May or June, just as long as you book the session and schedule it by April 30th, you get the special discount. And you can go to messengerofspirit.com/Michelle. That is where you can book a 1-hour session with her or a 90-minute session with her. And so we've got some special discounts depending on which length that you get. But this is where you want to go before April 30th and just get one of her sessions on the books. And she does some amazing chakra work. She can do readings. So you can go on and see what you feel really aligned with and which session to get. So that is the insight, the info I wanted to give you. But I also want to go back and we have some more messages to share. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pull a card or two for you, Tabitha. So Tabitha, I think it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. I think I saw that in an earlier comment. And I'm just going to ask Spirit to give some messages about what you need to know right now. So the first card I have here is the Divine Timing card. Let go of your timeline. Spirit has a plan. So divine timing is key. We can't rush the process. We can't, try to schedule all the things of our life. And I find that you're feeling that this year anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's more so a validation of, you know what, Spirit's got me. And the card that came with this is the Phoenix. And so this is surrender to your transformation. This is with divine timing. It's about surrendering. It's about I'm not in control, and that's okay because my higher self is in control. Spirit is in control. Whatever it is that you believe, your higher power is in control, and really lean more into that and know that everything works out the way that you need it to work out. So that's the message that Spirit wanted to give you today on your brand new cycle. And Michelle, I saw you go, oh my gosh. So.
I did, because as I was shuffling, I threw it back in, but as I was shuffling, as you were talking about, and that card popped out, but I was like, well, we're not ready for messages yet. So I put it back.
Love it.
I put it back, but I love birthdays. And what a perfect cards for a birthday of divine timing and a Phoenix. Like, it's big stuff for this birthday year.
Big stuff. And I'm not surprised with the Phoenix having all that fire. We just, have had all that stuff in Aries, and there's just a lot of fire. It's the fire horse year. We're talking about that early. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of stuff happening for sure.
Yeah. And I got leap of faith for her. Follow your heart, leap, and your wings will appear. Oh, this is good, because a lot of times we want our wings before we fly. And I don't know, isn't the owl that pushes their little owls out because we just got to fly? Just got to fly, whether our wings are there or ready or not, they will appear. So on this birthday year, just let your wings appear. Stop clipping them.
Yeah, that's a really good message. Interesting enough, because we had the Phoenix card too. So Phoenix having the wings and flying and those kind of things too. So with the Phoenix, there's like 3 cycles. The Phoenix dies, the Phoenix is reborn, and the Phoenix then flies. And so with my cards, it was almost like surrender, and then like let yourself be reborn again, which I think is really beautiful when your message came in here. So thank you for letting us connect in. The next person we're going to go with is Jessica Hubbard, 333. And let's see what comes up for you, Jessica.
Let me go first.
Sure.
Crown's coming in for me. The crown chakra is coming in for me. And there's a lot like swirling above on the crown for me. It might feel sometimes like a little bit of like I just saw a water spout. So it's not as much as a tornado, but like a water spout that will come up over the water when at times. And I saw that, but it's kind of showing me, cleansing with that water and the water spout. It's like cleansing it out, clear it out. There's a lot of cloudy in there, and it'll work up. So crown chakra cleansing, clearing the crown will be really nice. It feels like you'll be a little more settled with the energy that's coming into your field when you clear and cleanse the crown. Because they're trying to connect, they're around you, they're trying to connect, they're trying to support you, but it's time to kind of balance and clear the crown chakra. And the card I pulled with that is 35 of soul healing. And I love all the imagery around the head there, but also it's kind of just connecting in to your higher self, clearing and cleansing the energetic fields, and you'll be able to get more supported and connected.
Nice. Jessica, I've got 2 cards that came out for you. Again, we have fire, so I'm not surprised. It's a theme, right?
It is
what it is. But with this, I mean, even with Phoenix, right? That's fire.
Yeah.
Fire. So with this is really more so about cleansing stuff away. I feel like this is like burning away the doubts that come up in your mind and anything preventing you from going for it. So it feels like you're getting extra energy, and ask your spirit guide, lean on them to get that extra oomph to go do the thing that you've been wanting to do, like do the stuff. And also like standing strong in your power, whether that be standing up for yourself or just claiming your power more. And the card that comes with it is the butterfly. And I love that we've got this fire theme. We've got these winged themes that's happening. But this is breaking through your limit. So this is breaking out of the shell, breaking out of the cocoon. I'm doing the new things. I'm not going to let it hold me back anymore. I'm going to break through the BS that's going on in my mind sometimes about why I can't. And start thinking about why I can, and let yourself fly, and ask your spirit guides for support. So thank you, Jessica, for letting us connect in for you. And our next person here is Elira. So I'm going to ask you, Michelle, if you'll pull a card for Elira.
Absolutely. What do we have for Elira? Oh, this is beautiful. I went back to the horses. For those that don't know, I work with the horse friends and partners, and this one is 45, Love You. And the reflection of this beautiful white horse is so perfect. But when I see this horse and I see the reflection that's not here, what I see is a unicorn. And I want you to see yourself as the unicorn that you are. Love you for who you are and as you are. And it'll all be reflected back to you. And that's what's so important, is that it starts with loving you. And 4 and 5 is the 9. So that's the completion of the cycle. So really just allowing yourself to bring in that love, loving you, reflecting it back. I once saw a beautiful image. It was a painting and it was a reflection similar to this horse, but it was a reflection of a woman, an older woman on the land where the horse is here, and her reflection was her younger self. And it reminds me of that beautiful painting and that energy of just reflecting on ourselves, loving ourselves. And no matter our stage of life or our season of life, when we love ourselves, that beauty is always reflected back to us.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like this one.
I do too. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So Elira, I got this card that was the reading before, right? So again, more winged creatures, and it's just, you just can't make this stuff up.
No.
So we all come together, for a reason, and we all have a similar theme. And you can start to see that our theme here today is fire and flying. And this can be a really beautiful, like passion, fire, burning things away that no longer serve us, and then flying through the limits here. So this is not needing a whole lot of explanation. It's just more so about you flying high, allowing yourself to break through your limits and saying yes to new opportunities that are coming through. So I won't spend a whole lot of time on that just because you've already heard some of these messages. But lots of winged things. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what I'd love to do, Michelle, is let's pull some cards and just ask our spirit guides if there's any last things that our community needs to know.
Okay.
Anything that can help them, and any actions that they can take for the highest and the best, for their healing, for their purpose, for their life. And let's just see what comes out.
Yeah, love that. The word intention is coming to mind.
All right, I've got more than 3.
I'm working on it. I shuffled too long. I shuffled too long.
Sometimes I just intend for one card to, come out, and they're like, "Oh no, you need 5. You need 5 cards." Well, this is 4, so we'll see because sometimes I think it's just 4, and then more happens. Okay, so this is interesting and on point. We asked about the end, like as we come to the end here. This is complete your unfinished business. Michelle and I were just talking about this before we jumped on here live. And it's like the stuff that you haven't completed, like last year, it's like you gotta complete the things. Like it's time, and Spirit's like, ramping it up for you or amping it up for you to really complete your unfinished business, whatever that is and whatever that looks like. Don't delay anymore, because you can't bring it forward with you and to your next level. And it'll just be extra bags that weigh you down, and you don't need that. The Phoenix. So surrender to transformation and allow for transformation to happen. Remember that transformation doesn't look so pretty all the time. I mean, you are like, okay, I'm letting it all go. Fine, I get it's not for me, whatever the things are that you need to let go of. And then you start feeling like you're reborn again. It's like you're starting to try new things, new intentions, new cycles, and then you fly high. And you can be anywhere in that Phoenix cycle, but just remember that you're in it. And that's for this year. The next card I have here is the 3rd chakra, and this is visualize the outcome that you're wanting. So instead of focusing on the details, visualize the outcome. And also really lean into your intuition. That feels really important for this year. Like really work with your intuition, develop your intuition so that you can get more in touch with what is connected into spirit. So your yeses come from that spiritual intuitive place instead of what your mind thinks it should be. And Michelle, I said I have 4 cards, but I have more. So the next message here is divine timing. We've seen this already. Let go of the timeline and let it happen the way it needs to happen. But that doesn't give you permission to drag your feet on stuff. Like, you need to be able to say, I'm not going to push. I'm not going to prevent. I'm not going to resist, I should say, instead of prevent. I'm just going to kind of allow for it to happen. I'm going to show up, do the actions I feel intuitively aligned with, but I'm not going to force the issue. And then make sure to take good care of yourself. This is the card of self-care. It's also the card of the healer. And so sometimes you might be focusing on other people instead of yourself. You got to get back to yourself and take some time for you and really allow the healing. And so this might come in the form of eating better, new supplements, a new health regime. Allow for your healing energetically, spiritually, physically. Sometimes just taking a step back and just needing to take a moment and more quiet space. And all these things that Spirit just shared with you end up with the final message of you're moving to the next level. Think big. So you need to do all these things in order to get to that next phase. And this is that thinking big. Don't worry about the details so much. Think bigger. Stop limiting yourself and know that your energy is going to be bigger when you do these things that Spirit said. All right, I'm passing it over to you, Michelle.
All right, those are good. Those are very important messages. What I heard when you were saying that, it was very important messages. I was like, okay, yes, I agree. And to add to that, having some magical adventures. My camera here. Magical adventures. Going back earlier to the play, explore the wild outdoors. Try something new. I think this is really important, especially coming into, in my area, I don't know where everyone is, but the spring thaw, and winter can sometimes do that, whether you're in a warmer climate or not, that spring thaw. So get outdoors, explore, really take some time and intention in nature. Intention, it feels very important as you go about. Drop the headphones, drop the noise, drop the conversations, and just get into nature. Just really, you'd be really delighted and surprised is what it feels like when we pop into nature. And I got the protector guide. It's time to set boundaries with someone. And that also feels like protecting our energy, protecting, taking that time alone. So there might be that buddy that always wants to just go, be, do, and you might always be going and doing and planning and nonstop. It feels like also setting some boundaries with your own self in terms of the people pleasing, the planning, the go, 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 and come back, settle in back into nature and play a little bit. And then, very fitting, our equine friends invite you to bring in balance. And what I love about this one is she is very unbridled, bareback, and moving forward. But so as you bring all it in, bringing in the balance is really very, very important. And in the balance, you'll find some of that lightness that you need. But our last one, angel number of the sacral chakra, more fire. You are worthy. Reassess what you value. And what I really get tying all these together is being in your protector guide, valuing yourself, protecting your boundaries, protecting your energy, getting out in nature to play for yourself, by yourself. Not the most conventional, but go for it. And bringing in that balance, because you are worthy, and it's important, especially with the fire and all the fire energy we have here, that we bring them all together to ground in, root in, claim our power, set our boundaries, and step forward with intention.
So good. Well, thank you, Michelle, for giving this beautiful, I would say, giving these beautiful messages.
Well, thank you. It's an honor.
Oh, I just had somebody ask, is this a collective reading? So the readings that we just gave, yes. The readings that we just got finished with, what Michelle was saying, and then what I was just saying. We're collective for everybody in the community that needs to hear it, whether you're watching it later or earlier. And then there were some live readings that we just did as well. So thank you all for being here. If you would like to get a reading with Michelle, that's the website to go to, messengerspirit.com/Michelle. And I hope that this energy is treating you well. I hope that you can take some of these messages that we shared here today and utilize them, working with your spirit guides, leaning into your intuition, flying high.
Yes.
And just as you're transforming this year, this is definitely a big theme. And Natasha put in the comments a wonderful recap. Fly high, take new opportunities, always be intentional, allow transformation, care for yourself, take time for you, think big, explore nature, set boundaries. Oh, that's a good one. Protect energy, balance, reassess your values. So that's a lot for this year, but it's what it is. I know, right?
I can feel it. It's just let it flow through, though. Don't resist it. You gotta let it flow through. It's gotta flow through and out, and then back in.
A culmination of all the things. All right. Thank you again so much for our community for being here, and anybody who we've given a reading to, and everybody that's showed up watching the replay. And thank you, Michelle, for being here as well. And thank you to our spirit guides. So we'll see you again sometime soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.